In a vast green valley surrounded by whispering hills, there lived a young falcon named Zion. He was born into a nest of powerful flyers. His parents were known across the skies for their strength, and his elder siblings soared higher than clouds. But Zion was different. When he was just a few weeks old, a heavy branch fell during a storm and injured his wing. Though it healed over time, he was left with a slight bend, one barely noticeable, but enough to make his flight shaky. "Maybe he's not meant to fly," whispered one elder bird. "He'll never be like the others," said another. Zion heard every word. They echoed louder than the winds. Still, he would climb the edge of the cliff every day and try to fly. He flapped his wings harder than anyone. But every time, he would rise just a little and then fall back into the soft grass below. He was laughed at, pitted, even warned, "You'll never make it far. Just accept who you are." One evening, while everyone rested, Zion wandered farther than usual and met an old eagle sitting quietly on a stone. "You're the falcon who can't fly," the eagle said. Zion looked down. "That's what they say." "And what do you say?" the eagle asked, eyes sharp. Zion hesitated, then whispered, "I want to believe I can, but maybe they're right." The eagle stood and spread his massive wings. "Let me tell you something," he said. "When I was young, I had a broken leg. They said I would never stand tall. But I did. Not because I was stronger, but because I stopped listening to them and started listening to me." Zion's eyes widened. "You see," the eagle continued, "the world often puts a mirror in front of us and says, 'This is you.' But that mirror, it reflects their fear, not your truth." He paused. "The day you believe in your own wings, not just flap them, is the day you'll truly fly." Those words planted something in Zion's heart. Not confidence, not pride, but belief. The kind that grows quietly inside, like fire in the cold. From that day, Zion trained not harder, but differently. He studied the wind. He listened to his body. He fell again and again. But now, each fall taught him something new. And then one morning, as dawn painted the sky, Zion stood at the edge of the cliff. The valley was quiet. No one watched. No one expected. He closed his eyes, remembered the eagle's words, and leaped. This time, the wind caught him just right, and he flew. Wobbly at first, then steady, then higher and higher. The valley below became a blur, and the sky opened its arms wide for him. He returned hours later, exhausted, trembling but smiling. From that day, Zion was never called the falcon who couldn't fly. He became a legend, not because he was the fastest, but because he dared to believe when no one else did. Reflection. If we look at our own lives, there are moments when people make us feel like we're not enough. Not smart enough, not talented enough, not strong enough. And slowly, we start to believe them. But the truth is, you become what you believe about yourself. The world will always have opinions. But your belief? That's the fuel that shapes your reality. Zion didn't grow a new wing. He didn't get a miracle. He simply stopped listening to doubt and started listening to the quiet voice inside that said, "Try again." And that changed everything. Believe in your wings, even if they've been broken, because even broken wings can fly if the heart behind them refuses to give up. Let's learn some words from this story. Glimmer, meaning a faint or weak light or hope. Example, Zion saw a glimmer of hope in the eagle's eyes. Zion saw a tiny bit of hope in the eagle's eyes. Trembling, meaning shaking slightly from fear, weakness, or cold. Example, he returned, exhausted and trembling. He returned, exhausted and shaking slightly. Endure, meaning to go through something difficult without giving up. Example, Zion had to endure pain and rejection. Zion had to go through pain and rejection without giving up. Legend, meaning a person who is famous and admired for doing something great. Example, Zion became a legend. Zion became someone everyone admired and remembered. Wobbly, meaning unsteady, likely to fall or shake. Example, his flight was wobbly at first. His flight was unsteady at first. Glorious, meaning wonderful or worthy of admiration. Example, he dreamed of a glorious flight. He dreamed of a wonderful flight. Criticism, meaning negative judgments or disapproval. Example, he learned to ignore criticism. He learned to ignore negative judgments. Skeptical, meaning doubtful or not easily convinced. Example, others were skeptical of his ability. Others didn't believe he could do it. Pitied, meaning felt sorry for. Example, he was laughed at. Pitted, he was laughed at. Others just felt sorry for him. Soft grass below, meaning describing comfort despite failure. Example, and then fall back into the soft grass below, and then fall gently into the comfortable grass below.